So I made two 3D games in 5 minutes and 10 minutes in Python. I made the games using Ursina library, which is a 3D game development library, and today I'm gonna share my journey of creating the games. We will be creating everything from scratch. Without wasting any time, let's get started. First, we'll create 5-minute game, and the first task is to create 3D assets for our game, and we'll do that in Blender. After that, the second task is to load the models and write code. Talking about the assets, we have three models for this game, and as you can see, we will create two platforms and a tile. So I'm gonna share a time lapse of creating the 3D models. Make sure you watch them. Okay, so we are done with 3D modeling. Now let's see how it looks. The next task is to create the game and add some game logic. So the basic idea is to create two platforms, and in between those two platforms we will add tiles that we created, and they will move from left to right with different velocities, and the task of the game is to go from one platform to the another. Now how will we do that? So we will use a for loop for adding the tiles, and probably we'll use random.random function for the position of tiles. This will create a number of tiles at different heights and different locations. After that, we will increment or decrement their x-axis, and we can add any condition to make the tiles move in the opposite direction if their x-axis value is more or less than some specific value. So that was kind of a basic idea what we are going to do, and now it's time to code it up. So watch the full video. Now let's make the 10-minute game. First we will create the assets and after that we will code the game. Now let's have a look at the assets. We'll be creating two assets for this game, which include a rod and an obstacle. You can see both the assets on the screen. Now I'm gonna share the time lapse. Okay, so we are done with the assets. Now let's discuss the game idea and game logic. So we will create a road and the camera will be moving towards the z axis and you have to defend yourself from the obstacles. How will we make the camera move? So we will first use first person controller and after that we will increment the value of z axis of the camera and the player by something in the update function. So let's code it. Okay, so we are done with the code. Have a look at it. You can also give me game ideas in the comment box and make sure you subscribe the channel.